that we all need to be much more innovative. And in order to do that, for business representatives and owners that are present with us with this event today, I think innovation should be tied to the company strategy and built into the core competencies of business. Same with government. Government is looking to becoming much more in what we do, our mandates. How do we become more innovative? And I think that is where we need to remember that while innovation can be making modifications to products, what we need to understand is that we can simply make small changes to businesses and management processes. It will forever change the way things are done. Whether it is investment in particular devices, whether it's investment in the new way of doing things, business reorientation or business re-engineering, I think it's important that we need to continue to make the time and investment as well in people and other resources. We must recognize that people are assets, those as employees. Can we proceed?
Yes,
hello?
Thank you. Sorry. Yes, thank you. Sorry.
No problem. I think I was just at the point where we said people are indeed our biggest resource and our biggest asset, and we need not just invest for the now, but also for the future. And the best resource for developing ideas, of course, people are the best resource for developing ideas for innovation. But above all, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand and to be responsive to changes in our internal and external environments, all pretty much aware of factors that influence our external environment and the type of decisions that we take on a daily basis. And we need to see how we can better, most often use them in the most effective innovation. And that comes from changing the way things are done. Director of Ceremonies, educational digital transformation is much more than just providing computers and educational software in schools. And we know that as a Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, we have at least 33% of schools that are still not connected and they do not have access to any network whatsoever in order to make provision for educational software in schools and the use of ICT. I think the essential question that is posed is, what does it take to come up with a robust and consistent digital education transformation? And how can digital platforms support schools in engaging in this change? And that is a question that we asked long before 2020, but that we now need to much more internalize and put not just, as I said earlier, our ideas, but also the resources towards that. In getting to an answer, we can start with the same basic ideas of digital transformation. We realized last year that there are three important objectives in digital transformation, and that ties basically to the Ministry of Education or the education sector as a whole. There is the tool perspective, the device. The developed information systems must help and make lives easier for end users. We've seen how teachers, directors, students, officials, and parents struggled last year. And new systems must be seen as useful tools rather than just a burden to carry for the user. And it's important at this point also to emphasize in especially exceptional situations, such as when a pandemic breaks out, we have also the natural floods that occur during certain times of the year in Namibia. So what do we do then? There is rather much stress and an additional mental load coming from the situation itself. And we can safely say that there's absolutely no room for extra load coming from unsupportive and unsuitable information systems. The second issue is the issue of data, the data perspective. You will all agree with me that the key issue is, should you even be having the device? Teachers may have the smartphones, teachers may have the devices, learners may have the devices, but the key issue is the issue of data. The developed information systems should produce reliable data for decision makers. Reliable and up-to-date data is important, and data in decision making, and since the world is changing rapidly, there's constant need for wide decisions. Data in this sense is the credible, correct generation of data. Exceptional situations such as pandemics require quick and far-sighted decisions to be done without any warning. And I think we all know the saying that data must speak. Data speak for itself. When data is available, we can use the data specifically to make informed decisions. So real-time data and real-time decisions are synonymous and are not possible without the real-time data being available. Then, ladies and gentlemen, there's a process perspective. The development information systems, again, should support processes in practice improvement. Digitization of paper forms is a big step, but that is not enough. We need to pose the question, is it possible, to question the old processes altogether and find out if work can be done more wisely, more efficiently, more smartly? And therefore, it becomes more and more important for us to build this kind of EdTech ecosystems to support education digitalization. And the digital platform developed in this Edupreneurs project is one important start for that. Esteemed ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, esteemed Director of Ceremonies, I think it's safe to say that for African countries to continue to be relevant in the world stage, we have to rely on our capacity to create, our capacity to innovate, our capacity to become more innovative. Therefore, it's imperative that we, much as we try to do things right from the start, I think we should not shy away from the fact that if mistakes are made, we should redress mistakes and we should stand up and work beyond our own imagination. Nelson Mandela once said, the greatest glory in living lies not in ever falling, but in rising every time we fall. So I think it's an admittance to where we are, what have we done, we internalize, and how do we move forward. And for us Namibians, we can attest that our beautiful country is rich with vibrant culture, creativity, and natural resources. But then in the end, it's our people's capacity to be innovative that will decide how well we use these resources. And therefore, as I'm reading this speech on behalf of the Honorable Minister, Minister is calling upon all students, all private sector representatives, all academics, parastatals, NGOs, and of course, ourselves to commit and take action today in assisting towards the creation of an enabling environment where indeed we will not stifle innovation, but where innovation can thrive. We thank the Namibia Business Innovation Institute for taking this first step in bringing us together to share in this auspicious occasion. Minister is equally calling on all of us, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, to work together to help make the Namibian nation a nation that we can be proud of, where our children's children can be proud of, and also calling upon us to leave a legacy, not just of future wealth and prosperity, but also to make changes right now, right where we are, by being creative, making a lasting mark, not just in our own country, but networking with other countries on the African continent, and of course, Finland and the world at large. With these few remarks, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, on behalf of the Honorable Minister, we would like to commend the organizers of this event, each and everyone, all those in the front lines, all those working behind the scenes, every person that contributed towards setting up such a beautiful platform where we will discuss, engage, internalize, and work towards a way forward. Thank you for a job well done, getting us all together on this platform. And I wish you beautiful and very meaningful deliberations as we continue with the rest of the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Annette, to that powerful. And actually, you really made us understand that educational digital transformation is much more than just providing a computer and education software in schools. Thank you so much on that.